And our social values also started to change with beat generation of the United States, Second World War, post-Second World War, thoughts and ideas, and of course, recreational habits. And this has impacted on, in many ways, our sets and values has changed. Our aesthetic understanding has changed. In the old days, being obese or a bit fat would have been considered as a nice thing because it meant that you were rich and you had something to eat and something fat-wise to wear. But nowadays, we don't think that way. Of course, all this has changed sport concept, participation in sport, and it has led to the change of expectations and change in participation in athlete-wise, coach-wise, school, family, sport federations, etc. Everything has changed, remodeled, especially after 1980s. Everything has remodeled. And now we have professional people in many fields of sport. And chess is one of those sports that you require professional people to run it in many ways. Of course, this change has also taken place in modern education. It is important nowadays that we provide alternatives to the people, to the students. In the old days, there was a philosopher, Descartes. I don't know if it is a correct spelling. He used to say, "I think, therefore I exist." But nowadays, this has changed. We say, "I have alternatives, therefore I exist." So we have to provide alternatives to the people that we are in charge of, we think that we're going to be in charge of. So sport for individual and society is an alternative way of education, and it provides universal concepts, not only national, but universal concepts. And these concepts, it is a medium of common universal concepts, provides socialization, process of culture, process of communication, education in many ways, in an alternative way. And sport provides universal common values. We have universal ethical issues, ethical concepts, rules and regulations. We have language, universal language, because of sport, because of chess. We have sets and values, concepts, cultural values attached to this universal concept of sport. And of course, we have sport and popular culture, process of modeling. Science fiction-wise, we think for the future. And through sport, we model things for future. Process of culturalization, promotion of sport, sport for all, establishment of social rules and regulations. We partly achieve these through providing sport medium for the people. They play by the rules, and they learn some social rules and values and sets. Therefore, aims and objectives of sport, what can it be? When we look at it from this perspective, we can say physical development, social, emotional, cognitive, and health and well-being development. We can summarize the whole aims and objectives of sport down to these 5 points. And of course, when we talk about physical development, it's obvious, mainly functions of the body, etc., anatomical development, so on and so forth. Social development, individual adaptation to society, which each and every one of us desire this, needs. Process of communal adaptation, to name some of the functions of sport: process of recognition, process of self-discipline, process of development, the socio-cultural values, etc. Emotional, self-trust, development of character, establishment of abilities, self-control, etc. Cognitive development, leadership, courage, self-sufficiency, help to others, awareness of rules and regulations, ability to interrelate different subjects and topics, etc. Some of the virtues, abilities that we gain through practicing sport. Health and well-being, no doubt. Nowadays we have demonstrated with many research findings that prevention of hypertension, protection against osteoporosis, even at a very young ages nowadays because of lack of exercise, our youngsters, our members faced with some chronic diseases that threatens the society. And of course, naming these, I'd like to come down to chess, aims and objectives of chess. And Turkish Federation elaborated all those points in their web page. This is in Turkish, but you can also find it in English. They name many things attached to chess, but of course there is no doubt about social development, emotional development, cognitive development. Through practicing chess, we can develop these things. Okay, physical side of it, maybe not as much as a runner may enjoy. Health and well-being development, therefore, partly mental-wise, we can gain some health elements from chess. And there are so many different studies about chess in many ways. Here is success in chess mediated by mental molds, estimated age effects in athletic events and chess, effect of sport participation and dynamics of attention, especially on attention and chess. There are many research findings. This is about computer and chess, but this is in the search of a better computer using human mind and challenging the human mind in order to provide better computers for our needs. This is the main idea behind chess and challenged by computer, actually. And of course, there are many studies concerning computers, chess, and cognition, again, for better understanding of the human mind, how it works, how it computes, in order to produce better artificial intelligence, in order to fulfill the needs of people for present and for future. And again, in engineering, they use chess a lot, especially in robotic sciences, again, to meet the demands of the people for future. At this point, I'd like to draw your attention to performance-wise, how it works in sport and in chess. Performance is increased by quality of training. And of course, behind good quality of training, you have to have a talented athlete, chess player. But without a coach, knowledge and a character of a coach, you don't have a good talented chess player. They are the people who search for good and talented players. So without the coach, we lack the best or the talented chess players. Of course, there are some other elements as well, but these are the two things that I want to draw your attention. And of course, you have to practice, train. Through training, we realize our genetic potential for chess as well, and we adapt, we become better players, and we have capacity for performance. Having said that, we have to draw our attention to coach education in that respect. Whose responsibility to train coaches and instructors in chess? At the moment, it seems federations, in some countries, universities like ours, and in some countries, even some agencies train people to become instructors and coaches. This is FIDE, paying attention to coaching education, rightly so, on how, I don't know how regular, but important amount of time put into coaching education. This is our federation's regulation that passed in 2005 concerning coaching education. In our country, we have two bodies, two ways of educating coaches, one by the federation itself, based on frame regulation provided by the General Directorate of Youth and Sport. And we have 5 levels of coaching. First level is an assistant coach. The 5th level is a technical director, the highest level. And on the other hand, we have universities, and within universities we have School of Sports that provide, through certain departments, coaching education as well. And depending on which department you're in, if you're in physical education and if you take coaching education course in chess, you are eligible to have first level of coaching certification. Or if you're in sports science and coaching programs, you may go and take 3rd level of coaching education. This is how it works. With federation, we have first level, 94 hours according to the general frame. You have to take courses. They have general and specific course content. And then you have to work for certain years. Then you take 2nd level, 130 hours approximately. Then you have to have 2 in-service seminars, and you have to work and associate with a club. And then you go for 3rd level, 4th level in that sense, and you reach 5th level. To achieve these, and if you don't fail and if you don't waste any time, you reach to the top technical director level in 9 years, if you're very bright and potential. If you go through the channel of university, and if this is a coaching program, it's a 4-year degree program in our country, and by graduation, you are eligible for 3rd level coaching if you've taken chess program. Till now, to my knowledge, we don't have any coaching program yet, but we have some coaching courses for lower levels, and we are working on it with our federation. And then after graduation, you enter into the federation channel and you become 4th if you fulfill the requirements. Then you go on for the 5th, and if you go through this channel, you need 10 years to come to the top. And these are the hours of total general and specific courses you take in chess.